everyone, my name's Maria. I am a really huge K-pop fan. I've been into K-pop since 2015, and for a very long time now I've always wanted to host my own cupsleeve event, and I didn't get to do that until very recently. So I'm hoping that in today's video I can help a lot of you out there that also want to do the same. So today I'm going to guide you guys through the steps on how to host your very own cupsleeve event, whether it's by yourself or as a group if you decide to have your own team. So for our first section, we're going to discuss why do you want to host a cupsleeve event and who do you want to do a cupsleeve event for. So just like me, I've always wanted to host an event for the boys just because we never had any cupsleeve events here. Most of the cupsleeve events in my city were always BTS, and I do love me some BTS, but they're not my old group. And so I always wanted to just attend at the boys event, but no one hosted them here, so I kind of took it in the power to do it myself. So yeah, just do an event of an artist that you're really passionate about and that you know that you're going to keep on top of things when it comes to hosting events for that group, especially if it's a large group like NCT, the Boys 17. It's a lot of people to deal with, so you want to make sure that once you start your cupsleeve events that you can be able to continue doing them and not just stop at just one. So for our second section, we're going to talk about the audience in your location. Are there fans of that artist you're trying to host a cupsleeve event for in your city, state, country? That's very important because you want to make sure that people are going to actually show up to your event. You don't want to host an event and then nobody shows up. Now, if you're not sure if there are any fans in your location of that artist, you can still host an event like as a tester like I did to kind of get a feel of who will attend. For section 3, we're going to talk about event details. Basically, who exactly do you want to do your cupsleeve event for? So I'm going to use the boys as an example. So if I know I want to host the boys event, what member, like just who do I want to do the event of? So for example, I'm going to use Eric. So I want to host an Eric cupsleeve event. That's where you want to just draw the line for that. Or if, again, the boys is a big group, 17, NCT, if you know you can't do all of their birthdays in like 1 year, you might want to divide them up into like trios or duos to kind of, ease all that trouble for you, because it can be a lot, especially if you're working by yourself. I do all my The Boys events by myself, and it is very hard for me to do every single member because their birthdays are like one after another. It's just too difficult, but it can be a lot more easier if you do have a team. So definitely, if you have any friends that want to help you out, please let them help you out. Also, you want to kind of get a feel of what's the occasion for the cupsleeve event. Is it for a birthday, an anniversary, just because? It can be literally for anything. I think a lot of people think that cupsleeve events have to only be for an idol's birthday, and that is not true. You can host it for literally anything. If their birthday already passed and you still want to do an event for that artist, you can very much still do it. When I went to Korea, when I studied abroad, a lot of the cupsleeve events that I went to were not birthday events. So literally you can do a cupsleeve event for anything. It does not have to be for a birthday event. For section 4, we want to talk about planning and timing. This is very important because if you're trying to plan for an artist's birthday that's in December, you want to start planning for that event in like September, October, just to give you some time to get the design, the event details, any freebies, decorations, getting the venue where you want to host your event, gathering, enough people to show up. Like, you need to give yourself enough time, because if you're planning things last minute and uploading like an event notice like a week or 2 weeks before the event, you are not going to get as much people as then if you like announced it 1 or 2 months in advance. And I found that it always works best for me if I announce my events 1 month in advance. Number 5 is choosing a theme for your event. So basically, what do you want to make the specific key details of your event? So for example, if I'm doing an Eric event in December, I would preferably want his event to be Christmas themed. So pretty much just pick any theme that you think fits right for that specific event. For number 6, we're going to talk about additional benefits. Basically, what do you want to provide besides the cup sleeve? Do you want any freebies? Do you want to have any activities? Or, maybe you want to give out free albums? Like, what exactly do you want to provide besides the cup sleeve at your event? So for this, you can provide things like, photo cards, stickers, postcards, albums, like literally anything that you can think of that can be a freebie, you can provide that. Yeah. Number 7 is very important, and that is the venue selection. Pretty much, where are you going to host this cup sleeve event? Because I am in the United States, most cup sleeve events, from what I've seen and what I've done, are mostly hosted at bubble tea shops. Most of the time, they're more likely to say yes to you for, hosting the event, mostly because they understand what a cup sleeve event is, and even if they don't know what it is, when you explain it to them, they'll definitely be more welcoming to that than like a regular cafe shop. So for me, when it came to looking for a venue, I kind of just scouted if there were any cup sleeve events in the past for other artists that happened in my city, and I would reach out to those shops and see if they would be willing to let me host an event there. That's what I've done. Just look up to see what bubble tea shops have hosted events, and if you've never had a cup sleeve event in your specific location, definitely reach out to a few bubble tea shops. You can either just go in and talk to the manager, or if they have social media, you can message them. I've done both, and both had worked, so I definitely recommend doing that. Number 8 is optional, and that is creating a special menu for your event. You don't specifically have to. Personally, I don't like the idea of creating a special menu, even though it's very cool and creative, and it's very nice to kind of order something specific to the artist that you're attending the event for. But I feel like that limits a lot of people's options, especially in American cup sleeve events. I feel like most of the ones that I've attended, if you don't order an item from the event special menu, they won't give you the cup sleeve or the freebies and stuff. And I personally think that you should be able to order whatever you want and still get the cup sleeve. Like, you shouldn't have to ask and be like, hey, can I have the cup sleeve, if you don't order something off of the event menu. Like, we don't know the people that are coming into the event that might want a cup sleeve. Someone can come in looking like not even a K-pop stan and order a drink, and they're not going to give them a cup sleeve. I don't like that. Like, just a no for me. But if you want a special menu, then definitely go for it. If I had a special menu, I would definitely talk to the bubble tea shop in advance and be like, hey, if someone orders a drink, even if it's not from the menu, can you still give them the cup sleeve? Especially if you just want to get rid of the extra sleeves, like you don't want to take any sleeves home, just give it to literally anybody. I recommend that because I hate taking stuff that wasn't able to be passed out back home. I just no. Number 9 is very important, and that is the event design. So basically the overall designing of your cup sleeve, your freebies, your event poster. That is very important because that is what everybody's going to look at, and they're going to decide whether they want to come to your event. So this can go two ways. You can either design everything yourself. If you're a really good designer, you are already one step ahead. That is great for you. But if you're like me, who can't design at all, you can always reach out to an artist and have them commission something for you. That's the route that I've always taken, just because it's much easier for me. I literally suck at editing. I can't do it. So I definitely recommend, if you can edit or you just don't want to, you can reach out to an artist to commission, but it does cost money. So just be aware of that. Every single artist has their own rates. So please don't try to bargain or like try to price low, because these people take a lot of time to make these things. Number 10 is promotion. This is also very important because you want to make sure that you promote your event properly so that people actually show up. So what you can do is upload your event details on Instagram or Twitter. TikTok is a very popular one that can reach people very quickly. Facebook, which I know not a lot of people use Facebook, but there are people on there. So I recommend posting it on there as well. Just posting your event details and kind of spreading out the word. If you have any friends, people on your team, people that you're working with, to have them repost your things, that would be very great. You can also create social media accounts for your specific fan base. So for me, I have Dobie Philly on Instagram. That is specifically for my The Boys events in Philadelphia. So any The Boys events I host will get posted on there, and you can build a following that way. So number 11 is having vendors. This is completely optional. You don't have to have vendors, but if you want to, it is very helpful, especially to getting people to show up at your event. Vendors are basically like small businesses or just regular businesses that will come to your event and sell their items to your audience that are at the cup sleeve event. And so I really like this because it's very fun to kind of get your cup sleeve and then also be able to buy merch of your favorite artists as well. That's why I always have vendors. You can always look on Instagram, Twitter, maybe even TikTok and find local businesses in your area that you can reach out to and possibly get them to come to your event. Number 12, again, is very important. It is the cup sleeve and freebies and where exactly to order them from. So I've always ordered my cup sleeve off of my creative shop, and to kind of show you an example of what the ones from my creative shop look like, these are kind of examples of that. They're like thin paper, but they're pretty good. I think these are the standard cup sleeves that most people get here in America. And it is affordable than other options personally that I found. But if you want to go in the more fancy route and do like Korean cup sleeve style, you can get something like this done or something like a cup. If you want something like these, like, you know, a nice sturdy cup holder and like a big cup like this, you can reach out to Kamiko. Kamiko does ship out internationally, but it is very expensive to get things shipped out from them to you. But it is very cheap to get the actual cup sleeves done. But I don't recommend getting these types of cup sleeves from them unless your event is big and you know your event is going to get a lot of people. Because I think they only have a minimum of 500 in quantity. I've messaged them before to see if they were able to lower the quantity amount and they said no. So again, I don't recommend unless you're doing a big event that's gonna get a lot of people. Otherwise, stick to my creative shop or Etsy. I've had people that have ordered their cup sleeves on Etsy before or have reached out to people who do that on Twitter. So just look at your options, research if there's any in your area. My last tip for you guys is engagement and how to keep people to stay at your event and not just get a cup sleeve and then leave, because nobody wants that. You want your event to, like, you know, stay fun and for people to stay there after they get their cup sleeve at least for a good 30 minutes to an hour. So you can have like special activities like photo card trading, you can have raffles, you can have a random play dance, you can like literally any activity that you can think of. Do it, just do it, because it will keep people to stay and they're more likely to come back to your future events. I hope this video helped a lot of you guys get started on planning for your own cup sleeve event. Don't be afraid to do it. I was, and I wish I started a lot sooner. So definitely, if you want to host your event, do it now. Go start planning right now. I don't care if your group is not popular. I don't care if you're like, nobody's gonna come. There's gonna be at least one person that's gonna come, and that's gonna make your whole day. Just do the event and don't lose faith in that. You will do well. I promise you it will go well. Just keep trying. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it to others who you think they might need this information. If you do like videos like this, let me know and I can do more videos on like tips and tricks on certain things. And if you have any questions or have any like suggestions on the kind of videos that you want me to do, please leave them in the comment section. I will literally answer you ASAP, as fast as I can. I promise you. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.